Go.
How's it going, bros? Our name is Quarter Circle Studios, and welcome to our fourth devlog. Uh, I'm joined by Hampus, and my name is Alfred. Uh, I'm gonna begin by letting Hampus go through the progress he's made the past week.
Wait, what? Why am I so okay? During the last couple of weeks, I've done a few things. Mostly, I've been working on our player. So when it came to the player, there was a lot of small things that added up. However, most of the things that was just all around just uh, setting what I call the player actions. So essentially, it like checks. Okay, now the player is walking, so it registers that as walking, and things like those. However, other things was just like jump and other things like those. I think I said that like 5 times in a row. Essentially, it was just like making sure that a player moves the way you expect it to. So when you like punch, you actually get the punch and you stop doing anything else and those kinds of things. Another thing I had been working on was the visual effects. Uh, I didn't really have much to go on, and I barely know how to animate inside of Unity, so I had one of our other programmers help me a lot with that. However, just making the effect itself, I did surprisingly. They're not special, but I'm for some reason extremely proud of them. And in game, I feel like they look surprisingly good. When it comes to them, another thing, I've just been tweaking things like the menus. Uh, we have like the correct font for the texts, uh, and those sorts of things, as well as for the character select. I sort of went with like a guitar hero as a menu select. So instead of like the usual where you just like flip through panels and or the one where you like the Smash Bros version where you like take a coin and then put it on the player you want to play. You sort of like flip between. It's very hard to explain. So I'll have Alfred in post put up like a picture of the Guitar Hero 3 controller select as a reference. Uh, but
Sure.
that's about the things I've personally been working on. What about you, my good friend?
Yes. So basically, what I've been doing is a lot of character animations. I've done, I think I've done mostly, I've been mostly animating the girl, Abigail, which I regret because animating Jasper is so much more fun and so much more easy. Um, because basically underneath Abigail's shirt there is nothing, so it's so hard to figure out how to bend her legs and also how to move her arms because she has like her shirt, like her sleeves are like kind of poofy at the end, and it's like really hard to make it look natural. Um,
I'd still say you people have done a great job with making it look as natural as possible.
yeah, thanks. I'm not gonna list every animation that I've done because I don't know it in my head. I could put it up on screen later though. Uh, and a funny thing that happened is I accidentally made a victory animation. While making the falling animation for Jasper, I just found a frame that looked really nice, and Hampus beside me was like, "Whoa, that's a cool victory animation." So I saved it as a victory animation.
Calling it
Uh,
an animation is kind of a stretch. It's like just a
yeah, it's
pose.
it's a single sprite, but I want to call it an animation.
I mean,
Uh,
he basically just does a JoJo pose when he wins. It's like,
yes, a problem that me and my group have been facing while working on this is that in the software we're using, Pixel Edit, we figured out, well, we found that you cannot select several layers. So while designing a character in different layers, we have to move every single layer over to the next panel in order to start animating the next frame, which has consumed a lot of time, unnecessary time. And like I've been trying to look up mods for the program, which allows you to select several layers, and I have not found anything. Also, I think 2 times during the project we had to resize uh, the tiles, like the tiles in the document, to be able to fit like 2 certain animations. And to do that, we had to go back and change the document size for every animation that we've done, which would have taken like no time at all if it weren't for the you can only select one layer at a time thing. Uh, but now we're pretty much done. The game is fully playable with what we've got. So we've moved over to doing like low priority stuff, like light attacks, and eventually like grab and throw attacks, if we have time to implement that.
that is probably going to be a lot of a question if us programmers can even implement it.
Yeah,
However, our top concern, the programmers right now, is just making sure that the animations work. But yeah, as I was saying, top priority before the game, I'd say the how should I call it? Tech demo uh, is completed. It's just making sure that the animations work correctly. And also, the thing I'll probably be doing is syncing things like hitboxes and the action states to the animations, which I don't think will be too hard, considering I have like essentially an action state for every possible animation. But it's like, yeah, it will take some time. Uh, is there much more to bring up at this point? Uh,
no, not from me. I want to leave like the other people's animations to them, the other people's information to them.
Yeah, and I don't really want to be
And
talking about the like from the programmer's side either, because I don't have a lot of say when it comes to adding the animations. My job is probably going to be just making sure like, oh, now the hitbox will exist, and it's like poof. That's probably
yeah,
my job.
so we're done, right?
One last thing to bring up, and that is we're supposed to be getting help with the music from one of my friends. His name is
Oh
Theo.
yeah.
Uh, Unfortunately, we can't really, since this is just like a little project. He said he couldn't really make anything special. However, from my understanding, he should be able to record it tomorrow, which should be Wednesday as of this recording. So I'll assume to the prototype we will have music both for the menu and the fight itself, battle versus whatever you call it itself.
Cool.
So yeah, this has
Yeah.
been episode 4 of the devlog, and I personally thank you for following the development of Crescent Moon. Any closing words, Alfred?
Yeah. Remember, smoke grass, run fast, eat ass.